Welcome to OKTV. We're in our fantastic new home, so welcome everyone.
Now, we might have a new studio, but as ever, we've got a fantastic show for you.
That's right, and we're going to start with the X Factor. Amelia Lilly there stole the show, but it was a weekend of chaos. We had apologies for power cuts and website cock-ups as well.
We also had Kitty going out and becoming best mates with Lady Gaga.
Who'd have thought it? So tonight we've got Daniel Johnson here in the studio to discuss the fallout.
We've also got loads of showbiz gossip to tell you about. Brad Pitt has announced he's quitting acting. Yep, the Hollywood megastar is giving it all up, and we'll find out why.
And I'm a Celebrity is back. We'll find out what some former campmates think of the contestants this year, including someone not a million miles from my right shoulder now.
Ah, yes, and of course we're going to be talking about Big Brother. Aaron's dreams came true as he was announced the winner. Now, he's here tonight in the studio, and believe me, we've got lots to ask him.
So it was a strange weekend for the X Factor. After all the hype and drama last week, it was guaranteed that everyone would be watching. But things didn't quite go to plan.
Nope, there was a power cut, there was a big mistake on a website, and yes, those nasty little gremlins were causing chaos everywhere.
I think it was Bruce Forsyth with a pair of wire-cutters, personally. But at least we had Amelia Lilly back, and she was so good that the bookies say she's the favourite to win it now.
So why wasn't she in it from the start? Well, here's Julian with this week's high notes and low points.
Because Sophie was good.
Well, at least someone had a fantastic weekend. Amelia Lilly was voted back into the X Factor. Now she's being tipped to win the series. But at one point, it looked like the show wouldn't go on.
I'm Margaret.
Who's this? Oh, Johnny's back. These are the hastily compiled clips you'll have seen at the start of Saturday's somewhat shambolic show. A mystery power outage delayed proceedings by 16 minutes. Eventually, it all got back on track.
Welcome to the X Factor, and apologies for coming on air later than planned due to technical problems beyond our control.
But online, there were accusations of vote rigging after a Scottish TV channel's website revealed Amelia Lilly was returning an hour before it actually happened.
Amelia Lilly.
The broadcaster later said the blunder was simply a technical hitch. A similar hitch has hit the relationship between Talisa and Gary. It's reported they're not speaking after this exchange on the Extra Factor.
He says ego is just getting out of control, isn't it?
Is that true, Talisa?
Gary could have a party with his ego, he really could.
From catty to kitty, and a weird weekend got even more unusual just after she was booted off.
I've got something I want to share with the audience, if that's all.
Okay.
Is that okay?
What are you doing?
My last thing that I want to do.
Do us.
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
Minutes later, she was embraced by the real thing. Lady G apparently gave Kitty career advice just after this. The superfan and the superstar, topping off an unpredictable weekend.
She looked all sad, Kitty, and then all of a sudden, the little Lady Gaga just popped up, as she does.
Lady Gaga was lovely to come and see, but I did cringe. I mean, it took a lot of balls for Kitty to sing like that, but I did hide behind a pillow.
I think a lot of people were, to be honest.
I went,
So what we need to know is what it's really like as a contestant when you're involved in a show like The X Factor.
Now, one man who knows is Daniel Johnson. Simon Cowell described his audition as the best he had ever heard. High praise indeed. And he joins us now, Daniel.
Hey.
Dan, you were the first to ever sit on the edge of the stage, wasn't you? I remember that clearly.
I was a bit scared though.
A few people have tried to rip you off since, and do you know what? They've failed. They just haven't quite got the sit on the edge of the stage like you had.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't fall down the stairs. I was a bit worried about that. But Cheryl was there and I was a bit nervous.
Right.
You know?
Well,
She's so
obviously not that
pretty.
nervous that you didn't do it. But anyway, enough about that. That was in the past. What I want to know
Yes.
is, you're here to be a pundit for the X Factor
I
this
am,
series.
I am.
So what do you make of the series so far? Lots of controversy.
I think everyone's giving it such a hard time. I think we are missing the judges. I think we are missing Simon and Cheryl and Danny. But it's change, and we hate change, you know. And I think everyone's kicking into the new contestants, and I think it's a little bit
Now,
hard.
you're saying they're missing judges, but
Yeah.
is it because the talent in this year's contest isn't quite as high as it has been other years. I mean, there's some amazing singers, but overall, I mean, in the year you were in, everyone was an amazing singer.
We did have some, Jedward up there and stuff. But no, come on. They were great. No, we did have some great singers. But if you look, like Kitty's got a great voice, we just had there. Misha's got a great voice. Craig has got an amazing voice. There are some great voices there. And I just think that it's fashionable to jog the show right now.
On Sunday night, Kitty and Misha being the bottom two, who are two of the strongest singers in the competition. I mean, how was that sort of, did it remind you of when you were in the contest?
I think that they're lacking in connecting with an audience right now, and I think and that's one of the things that's quite hard, and they're not picking up the votes. And it's hard being in the bottom two, and they both have been there before. But
Misha in the bottom two, she's one of the better singers. So you're surprised by the way that the voters, are voting.
You can hear her now. No, I just think that she's from Manchester. I'm surprised she's not picking up the votes. But I think what Talisa said, what Louis said a couple of weeks ago, has really, really dented her.
Now, when you were in the contest, there was some controversy, and you had some criticism, personal attacks on your from the judges, which Misha B's also had. Do you think that sort of reflects in the public vote?
Do you know how she feels?
Do you think people listen to that?
I spoke to Misha, and she she's just taken it in a stride, and it is hard. But I'm saying it's a bubble. It's over in a month. You know what I mean? Get as far as you can. You already made tour. And when I was in the show, I got a really hard time from the judges. I really did. But the public were amazing. I think I won like 3 of the shows, and Joe won 4. So it was it was a little bit different. But I think Misha just needs to get her head down and sing like she's singing. She'll hopefully be safe.
Dan, you was at a weekend, so who impressed you?
I think Craig is amazing. I think he is
your favourite to win?
Yep. Team Craig. There you go, I said it. He told me to say it, so I am. No, I think he's great, and I think he really did. And I think he's a little bit underneath the radar. And Marcus is doing well.
Marcus, without a doubt. And it's because obviously the controversy at the moment is with Misha and the girl category of Amelia. Is it Amelia?
Amelia.
It's my little cousin's name. You say it and you think, that's my little cousin. Amelia Lee. I get used to her being back in the competition. She was very good also, wasn't she?
She was great. Do you know what? I was a bit worried because I thought no one would vote for her again to be on the show because everyone voted for her to be back in the show. I wanted Two Shoes to be back, though. I did. I like Amelia, but I wanted Two Shoes.
I think Amelia Lily stole the show on Saturday night.
I think it was set up for her to steal the show. She was at the end. And if you notice, Kitty went first. Did she get first on Saturday? And that's
quite early
not a good place to be.
Did you see it when Kitty's VT revealed what Misha would be singing later on in the show? Misha, we didn't see this on the telly, but here's a little bit of a little snippet of info is that she went mad. She was not happy that everybody was told, and there was no element of surprise.
Yeah, that was going to sing that song. That's not really fair, is it? Really, but it had to build to Kitty's song. But I think. It's a hard shot. Little Mix as well.
Lots of people love Little Mix.
Great. I think they're absolutely great.
Right, we're going to have to rush you. Pick a winner. Who do you think is going to be the winner?
Do you know what? I haven't mentioned their name, but I think Janet's going to win.
Janet?
Wow, she's getting a lot of votes. You think the Island thing is really...
I think the Island thing's definitely pushing it. Owen Quigg won a lot.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday to Russell Tovey, by the way.
Interesting. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, she said.
So there you go. He's one of the most successful actors in the world, and he's one half of Hollywood's golden couple.
And he's not bad to look at either. But could Brad Pitt be saying ta-ra to Tinseltown?
Well, Brad said that he wants to wave bye-bye to being on the big screen when he hits 50, meaning he'll be giving it up in just 3 years' time. You believe that?
Nope.
Here's our Katie.
He's been on the big screen for over 20 years, but sadly, all good things must come to an end. In an interview with an Australian chat show, Brad Pitt revealed he's going to quit acting in just 3 years when he turns 50. Instead, he's going to focus on working behind the camera as a producer. It was in 1991 that Brad made his movie debut in Thelma and Louise. This love scene with Gina Davis has been cited as the moment that defined Brad Pitt as a sex symbol, a title he's never really lost. Countless other movies followed, including Legends of the Fall, earning him a Golden Globe nomination. Brad tried to break free from his pretty boy image with the dark thriller Seven, a movie which enjoyed huge box office success. But it was 1999's Fight Club where we saw a completely new side to Brad. The film has since become a cult classic. Oceans 11, 12 and 13 followed, and for the first time, his role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button saw him at the Oscars armed with a Best Actor nomination. Sadly, he didn't win. But Brad also owns a production company which he set up with ex-wife Jennifer Aniston and has previously produced movies including The Time Traveller's Wife and this lot in The Departed. So we have just 3 years left to soak Brad up. It's a sad thought, but even worse is the fact that Brad Pitt is almost 50. He might be middle-aged, but damn does he still look good.
Well,
I don't think he's going to retire at 50. He'll get enticed back by a juicy role. There's some great roles for older, fit men.
what kind of role? I mean, he's never going to lose the looks, is he?
Never.
Never. There's a way.
I don't care as long as he's naked. Right.
All right. Gentle. So, well, if the X Factor and Brad Pitt still haven't satisfied your need for gossip, you're in luck because we've got a man in the know with us right now.
Yes, the Sunday Mirror's Dean Piper's here. Hi, Dina.
How are you?
Do you love Brad Pitt equally as much as Jen does?
I think he should be naked at all times.
Thank you. Let's start a campaign.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Lady Gaga first, because there's a bit of a change behind the scenes for her.
Yeah, I mean, there has been a lot of changes physically that we're seeing anyway, obviously last night. Laurieann Gibson, the woman that was behind her, well, pretty much everything, her choreographer, her creative director, they've parted company.
So
apparently
she wasn't actually part of the decapitated head out.
Maybe it was Laurieann, I'm not sure. We'll try and get confirmation on that. That's what happens if you mess with Gaga, OK? She'll chop your head off. But she was responsible for some of her biggest looks. Judas, Born This Way. She's done all of that. But Bad Terms, Bad Ending, a new era dawns.
Right, OK. Now moving on to Strictly. Audley Harrison, he lost his head, didn't he?
He certainly did. It was the worst week to go out as well, because it's just before Wembley Arena, which for him must have been a real, like, oh no. Up against Anita Dobson, sadly he did lose. But let's be honest, he has kind of been clinging for dear life to his position in Strictly.
I think I watched it, actually. He wasn't as good as some of the others that are improving.
Such a nice guy, though, isn't he?
He is a nice guy.
You just kind of want to go, oh, you're nice.
Now, Amy Child's been having a pop at Towie.
What's this all about?
Well, you know, I love Towie, so I just want to say, you know, Amy has come out and she said that the show's actually becoming too fake since she's left. Now, she's compared it to actually being like something straight from Hollyoaks.
OK.
Which I think is quite a punchy kind of thing to be saying.
It's like when Mark Wright said something in front of Anthony Cotton last night about, like, yeah, it's kind of like what he does, except it's more real, and you could see Anthony Cotton's face.
You do just want to kind of put them back in their box and go, all right, darling, all right, you've been on Towie, you're not the Queen yet, OK? Just get back in the box. But bless her, she's got a lovely little reality show coming out, and I'm sure it's going to be very interesting.
Now, did she mean to have a pop, or was that just a...
I think, you know what, when you do leave a show like that, they want you to come out with some sort of line. She's got to get herself into the papers, and this is obviously the latest way that she can. Right. Other than her boobs, it's good.
So her big exit from Towie isn't going as well as what it could have done?
Well, it just seems to be simmering a little bit. I'm sure she'll get there in the end. Now she's got a show coming up on Channel 5. I'm sure there'll be some more interest, but it's not that cool to be slagging off where you made your name.
No. Definitely not. Right, so Peaches Geldof, she wants to break into the music industry.
Yeah, now this is something that she's actually kind of been trying to do behind the scenes for quite a while, doing a few gigs here and there with a band. This time she's coming out with a band called The Grand Marquis. Now, Pixie, her sister, has got a band called Violet.
To hire for weddings.
Well, I mean, would you really? I'm not sure whether you go down that road for a wedding, but, you know, Peaches will try and she will just get on with it, and she doesn't care what people think. Reports are claiming that she can't sing a note, and she's going to give it a bloody good go. Doesn't matter.
Well, God loves a trier, and God also loves a Womble, because they're coming back.
I never thought I'd be talking about the Wombles, but I am, alas. Christmas
Do you remember
number
them
one.
as a kid?
Do you know what? I don't. I kind of missed it.
Overground, overground.
Didn't get it. They're just
Let's
like
have a look at this clip anyway.
Every day.
Wombles are taking on the X Factor for the Christmas number one spot.
X Factor and Towie that are doing Last Christmas as well. Yeah. I find Wombles a bit creepy, I have to say.
A little bit scary.
Yeah.
The video wasn't great. Dean, thank you very much for coming at the 6.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So join us after the break on OKTV for the best showbiz news. Yeah, we'll be talking I'm a Celeb as the stars start life in the jungle.
And the king of Big Brother joins us in the studio. Yep, Aaron is here.
All that and loads more, so we'll see you in 2. to OKTV. Now, if you want celebrity news and the best showbiz gossip, then you've come to the right place.
Speaking of which, I'm a Celebrity burst back onto our screens last night. 10 new celebrities will face their fears down under. We can expect Bush Tucker trials and plenty of tantrums.
Definitely. So let's see what those celebs have been up to.
One of the most entertaining and disgusting shows on TV kicked off last night as I'm a Celebrity hit our screens as a whole host of new celebs entered the jungle. This year's lineup includes soap stars, pop stars, reality TV stars, sports stars, and of course, Freddie Starr. Towie star Mark Wright was a long way from Essex as he parachuted into his new jungle home. But that was nothing compared to Corrie star Anthony Cotton's terrible tantrum.
The parachutes.
Absolutely no.
No way. Anthony, come here. Anthony.
No.
Anthony, come here.
While some stars skydived, the others took a canoe, with some of them taking an early dip.
Oh my God!
As always with I'm a Celebrity, the first Bush Tucker trial wasn't pretty.
What's that?
Fish guts in the water.
Two teams fighting for the luxury camp while trying to avoid a pool of fish guts.
Come on, Freddie.
Come on, Freddie. Come on, Freddie.
Freddie, get it.
I can feel one.
Get it. In your teeth.
Freddie Starr couldn't catch a star in their box of maggots, so his team were dunked in the mush.
Unlucky Blues.
No!
Into the fish guts.
Our celebs are more used to caviar and champagne, but the question is, can they handle the rumble in the jungle?
Well, our Jen knows exactly what it was like to be in a jungle.
Cold.
So does our next guest, Nicola McLean. How are you?
Really good. How are you two?
And you can't believe you're just comparing whose year was the wettest.
I know. Well, we've got.
Well, you go for a suntan. That's you go Australia. You think tan, not rain. They lie to you, Jeff, to get you on there.
I bet they do. So what do you think of last night then? What do you think of the lineup more specifically?
Loved it. Loved the lineup. They get it right every year, in my opinion. Everybody moans. Oh, who is this? Who's that? At the end of the day, you get to know them over the 3 weeks, and they all just become celebrities.
Doesn't matter if you
level.
don't know them.
It doesn't. It's quite nice if you don't know them, because that's what you know. We've seen the same people going to the same reality shows, and you learn nothing about them. It's good to learn new stuff about people.
Okay, favourites?
Mark Wright, I thought. I know I've just totally contradicted myself because we know everything about him, obviously, but I did like him, thought he was great. I love Fatima.
What did you like? Did he show a vulnerable side? Is that what the girlies were enjoying last night?
I do think he showed a vulnerable, though.
Six-pack.
Yeah, the muscles. It's quite nice to look at, isn't it?
Just six-pack. So Fatima, you said as well you liked her?
I loved Fatima, yeah. I just think she's such a lovely, genuine person.
What does she bring to the group?
She brings what Martina brung in my year, which is just calm. She's not going to be afraid of anything. She's strong.
And muscles.
I'm
not such a fan of Stephanie Powers, though.
No, I thought she was awful. I mean, the whinging, the moaning, you know, you're in a jungle, you're going to canoe, you're going to, you know, you're going to not eat, you're going to eat, you're going to sleep in, you know, rubbish places. That's what you've gone, you know, you've gone there to do that. And she was just a whinger, and I can't bear whingy people, she says.
Very bossy, I thought. Freddie Starr didn't do very well in his task, let his team down a bit.
Well, bless him, the year that I was in, Simon Webb actually went and did that same sort of thing, and he didn't get it, so I had to sleep in the rubbish camp. But you don't make someone feel bad about it. We're all like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Did anyone make him feel bad about it?
Not in our year, but they did yesterday. Stephanie, yeah, she made Freddie feel bad about it. Yeah, she did. She was sort of being a bit harsh.
Speaking about Freddie, he's actually been taken into hospital after that task because he's obviously eaten something he shouldn't have. It's not agreed with him, so we wish you all the best, Freddie. Get better soon. But how difficult are the tasks? I mean, I know, but I'm quite competitive, so I just kind of got on with them. Would you find them hard?
Well, I did the eating one, and I'm the same. I'm quite competitive. I wasn't going to lose for love nor money.
What did you eat?
I ate some testicles.
Yes! Did you eat any testicles, Jen?
Not on telly, Jeff.
And I ate some eyeballs and bugs and all the usual, and I won mine. So, yeah, but I found the eating one disgusting, but relatively
Girls,
easy.
can we talk about someone who caught my eye? And probably a million other men.
Lorraine Chase!
No, I did like Lorraine. She was incredibly funny, but actually Jessica.
Yes, stunning, beautiful.
I'm actually surprised they've not put a single girl in there because she's absolutely beautiful, but she got engaged to Lee Stafford just before she's gone in the jungle. Are they gutted that she's not single?
Definitely.
Clap for Lee Stafford. Clap on behalf of all the men. Well done, you.
I bet they didn't know that, but she came that close to her chest. Well, as close as she could get to it. Yeah. And yeah, I think they will be gutted, but she's still going to be great eye candy, isn't she?
She's a really, really nice girl, actually. Genuinely nice girl.
Yeah, she seems it.
You had a run-in with Daniel Day, wasn't it?
David. See, you don't even know his name. I love that.
Von Day, that's it, and he was a pop star years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because we're too young, Jeff.
Who do you think will fall out this year?
I definitely think Stephanie's going to ruffle everyone's feathers.
Who's going to be the first to stand up to and say, hey, whatever.
Freddie. Freddie's gonna lose it, and I think Mark could be a real diplomat and sort of say to her, you know, do you realise what you're doing to make everyone so angry?
Did you think Mark would play that role?
Yeah, he's so clever. He's clever as well. He's gonna do whatever he needs to do to win.
To do well.
Ooh.
Which is not a bad thing.
Shower, basically.
Yeah, lucky
So who do you think's gonna get on in there?
Get on together?
Yeah.
I think quite a lot of them, they all seem quite nice. I mean, there definitely will be arguments. You're hungry, you're cold, as you know, you're missing home, you're missing everything. So there'll definitely be arguments, but I think most of them will get on because they really genuinely seem like a nice bunch of people.
It's a reality show.
Very, very early days, but any early winners to predict?
Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I love Mark, so I'm going to say Mark because I just like him. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, I don't really
and Jess or Mark? Fitty or fitty?
Jessica. Anyway, after 64 days, 12 evictions and 500 bananas, Big Brother 2011 crowned its new king.
Aaron beat Louise, Alex and Jay to the title and walked out the house a winner and 50 grand better off.
But before we chat to Aaron, take a look at the moment his life changed forever.
And the winner of this year's Big Brother is...
Wow, so here he is, the winner of Big Brother 2011. Everyone, it's Aaron. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Hi.
How does it feel to be the winner of Big Brother?
It's not really sunk in at all yet. I haven't really thought about it because there's been so much crazy stuff going on, and obviously, you know, that reception I got then was probably the best one I've had all
You
weekend.
look like you're in shock.
Yeah, I still feel in shock. I'm still sort of, I don't feel like I've really left the house yet. I'm not out of Big Brother mode at all yet. So
back to reality. So let's talk about you mentioned reception. Obviously, you're the winner, but it was quite unusual for the winner to come out to that kind of reception at the Big Brother house. What would you put that down to?
I obviously rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way.
Why do you think that was?
I haven't seen it back to know, and I know that I've never said that or claimed to be an easy person to live with, but I've just been myself all the way through, and I don't think people could cope with that. I don't think people could understand that I was just being myself and wasn't playing a game, and people didn't like it.
Before you went into Big Brother, did you feel like you were an abrasive character then? Did you ever rub anyone? Have you experienced that?
I generally will speak my mind, and I don't mind being sort of like an alien of a group, if that's the right way to put it, if I'm standing by my principles, which is something that I always maintained all the way through the house, and it caused a lot of controversy.
Talking of speaking your mind, we spoke our mind on the show a couple of times about you.
It's our job,
nice to meet a fan.
So we sit here, we watch all the footage, and we have to have an opinion, and it wasn't always great, you know, as far as you were concerned, and obviously we've been looking forward to having you on so that we can just get into you a little bit and find out whether it was a game
I've got
or
a confession. I told you to run into that as fast as you could. But that's not saying I'm going to punch you. That's saying run into that as fast as you could. I say it to him often.
Okay.
By the way, look, with regards to the gameplay and stuff, you're in the house, and I've heard that you've been a fan of Big Brother. You've watched it many series in a row, and you really wanted to win it. So was it the game plan that you think took you to being crown the king, the winner?
What game plan?
Well, did you? Exactly. This is the question: did you?
I just went in and was myself. I mean, I think by virtue of watching the show, I know how the show works, sort of thing. But you've still got.
Did you not use that to your advantage?
Well, only in the sense of I would know that when nominations were coming around, I thought to myself, I think I've got an idea of they're going to be pulling a twist this week or something. You know, but that doesn't mean I had any say in anything. It's just I was living in there, and kind of I knew that the shopping budgets would come, and that if we didn't pass, and people were saying, oh, they'll give us food anyway, I knew that that wouldn't be the case, just because of the experience of watching, really.
Well, you're the winner. You won it. So congratulations. But what we want to know is what's happening with you and Faye, because that's one thing that I think a lot of people watching the show, maybe why you got some negative reactions, is because we thought you were picking up and putting it down, picking up and putting it down.
Yeah.
So what's the truth? What's happening with you and Faye now?
Yeah, we've been speaking loads on the phone. We were together most of Saturday. She's gone home to see her mum because she hadn't been home since she got evicted, and it's just been a bit of a whirlwind. We're meeting up later after this, which is really exciting, and apparently her mum likes me now and voted for me. So
next question, because I mean, nothing more difficult than meeting someone that you like and their mum being a bit unsure of you. So I mean, that must have felt like rubbish when you was in the house.
Yeah, I think I did feel at the time, I thought she's probably, because she nominated me when we did the live family voting thing, and I did think by virtue of her sister not being one of my big fans, her mum wouldn't like me because of that, and but then obviously I was being told I'd been treating Faye really badly, and I was thinking, I don't know what's been shown, but it didn't feel like that in the house.
Take some chocolates when you go around.
Chocolates, flowers.
Or some donuts.
Okay, I'll just get Jay to make something for her.
Just get Jay some tin foil.
How are you going to win the mum round? What are you going to do?
I'm just going to be myself. I'm not going to try overly hard to impress, and just, you know, she can just take me as she finds me, really.
It's really weird, it's Aaron.
I know, it is crazy. We've just watched you for 3 months. There you are, sitting on the end of our sofa.
Yeah, trying
So
to
is everyone going to keep in touch with the house? Because you were quite different to the housemates. You were kind of like the sort of parent, the parental role in there.
Was
but
I?
you're going to, you kind of, it's understandable because they were a bit daft. But are you going to keep in touch?
Yeah, well, Mark definitely. He was on the phone to me for about an hour earlier, warning me about you guys and stuff.
No, sung your praises, because we saw him last week, actually, and we ask everyone, it's like, you know, is it how it appears on television? And he actually said that no, actually, they don't show a lot of your better moments when you're actually getting on with everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe that was too boring to show.
I've no idea what's been shown yet. I've not seen anything, and people have been saying to me, oh, you've been shown really badly for things.
Tom sung your praises as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Tom, because a lot of people have said that.
One thing they did show, one of our favourite Aaron moments, was you singing High School Musical. Let's take a look at this.
I haven't seen that.
Soaring, flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can reach. You know the world can see us.
How was that watching that?
That was awful. That was bad. When I was doing it, I thought, I know this doesn't sound great, but I thought it sounded better than that, but obviously not. Oh, God.
Have you ever auditioned for X Factor? Because I've seen a lot of people go for that.
No.
That's good.
I think if I did, I'd probably be one of the ones that got brought back at the end for one of the funny kind of...
Aaron, have you caught up with your son?
Yeah, I've spoken to him and seen him for a little bit, but obviously just with everything that's going on, I haven't spent as much time as I wanted to. But,
so what's your future plans? You're going to obviously block away some good time with him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to take him away at the end of the week for a few days and stuff, and so...
Right, quickly, plans with the money?
It's all for my boy. It's not for me. It's for my boy. It always was.
Hire a hitman to kill you and me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Top man.
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks.
All right, let's have a look at some of your messages, gang.
I've got it here.
On the iPad, because we all know that, Aaron, this is not actually a real iPad. It doesn't work, so we've stuck a bit of paper off the top. Aaron can confirm this is the case. About Amelia's return to the X Factor, Kelly on Facebook says, finally, I can see a worthy winner on the X Factor. Amelia looks like a pop star. None of the others do.
You've also been talking about Kitty's exit. Vicky on Twitter says the wrong person went. I didn't like Kitty at auditions, but during the live show, she grew on me loads. Good luck, Kitty.
Grew on me too. Great performances. Anyway, thanks for your messages. That is just about it for Monday's Fix of Celeb News. I think it's safe to say we've kick-started your weekend in fine stuff.
Yeah, join us tomorrow. We'll be joined by the lovely Sam Atwater in the studio, and Josie Gibbs will be solving some celebrity dilemmas.
Sounds off. I look forward to it. All that and more than your recommended daily allowance of showbiz news and gossip. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Bye, guys.